channel on YouTube. Today we are going to talk about consistency in teaching and assessment processes. How to ensure a greater consistency in teaching and assessment processes. This is what we are going to talk about today. How to show that consistency helps or supports a lot the progress in learning, and how to understand also very well that inconsistencies in teaching and assessment practices are going to slowing the rate of progress. So let's see what are the best and effective learning strategies in having consistency in teaching and assessment processes. Number one is having a focused feedback, focused listen observation, and giving the feedback to the teachers. Once you have a focused feedback to the teachers, definitely you will be focused. For example, as a leader or as evaluator, you go to the class today and have a focus mainly for the starters. So today you're going to see only the starters, or you're going to see the assessment, the differentiation, and or you see the feedback, how the teacher is giving the feedback. So then you will be seeing how it is happening continuously in all the next observations. So by this you will be able to measure how much is the teacher is consistent in teaching teaching and assessing the students. Number two, also here very essential to know to make a peer observation. For example, once the teachers are visiting each other classes and see how they are doing the lessons, how to move from the starters to the for example, to the main part of the lesson, to the plenary, or for example, to do the AFLs, how the assessment is done, how the feedback is given. So they will be understanding how is consistent with their friends or their colleagues in the teaching and assessment processes. That will be helping very well in showing how the consistency in teaching and assessment, where they visit each other classes and share the best practices. Then you will be having in a long term a consistency in teaching, and definitely the impact here will be the progress in learning, and the consistency in all the areas will be very clear and very evident. Consistency also can happen only if there is a consistency in the curriculum, in challenging tasks, in the assessments, in the AFLs, and the feedback given by the teacher to the students. So for example, the feedback here is given by a teacher traditional way, like he's always correcting the mistake immediately. He will not giving a chance to the child or the students to have self-experience in correcting the mistake himself. So what I'm trying to deliver here is consistency even will happen once the teachers are visiting each other classes. One more thing, third strategy here is having a CPD, which is PD provided. Always you are giving them training to have a consistency in teaching and assessment processes, how they'll be continuing the same level of strengthening all the elements of the lesson plan in their quality of teaching. So by these strategies, you will be definitely going to a very high level of progress, as inconsistency definitely are going to slowing the rate of progress. So as evaluator, as inspector, as a head and as a leader, you will go and see the classes of your teachers and heading them definitely to have a consistency in teaching and assessment practices. Now there is one issue in assessment. Sometimes the data will not show the actual level or the actual rating that you evaluating your department with. For example, you are evaluating your department with good rating, but the data here showing outstanding. So here the solution is you need to have a challenging question paper. So the students here will be, the data here will be supporting your rating of your department. So you'll not be having any issue of your evaluation for your department at all. This is what we are thinking of, sorting out the issue of consistency in teaching and assessment practices. Thank you. See you next video on one new topic. Thank you. Massalam.